Hey everyone, and welcome to Gamers Paradise, where we break down the latest in gaming, talk strategy, and dive into the world of community-driven content. Whether you're here for PvP tactics, gaming news, or just good conversation, this is the spot for real discussions with real gamers. So grab your drink and a snack, get comfortable, and let's kick this off. Gamers Paradise starts now. Hey guys, this is Majimu here, and welcome to the second episode of Gamers Paradise podcast, where we connect with creators, gamers, and our amazing community across Discord, YouTube, and TikTok. We'll be sharing insights on content creation, promoting small creators, and diving into the future of gaming and tech. Before we get into it, let's introduce the OGs behind the project. Who we got here today? Everybody, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jen, Texas QTA.
Hey, I'm Sir D.
Hey everybody, I'm Broken Bow.
Everyone, this is good old boy.
And hey guys, I'm Mickey.
And hello, this is HKA-Rendition.
Who is also our guest.
HKA-Rendition is our
Yeah.
community spotlight for this week. Let's
No
see. Let's
pressure.
start with that. HK, tell us tell us more about yourself and your channel.
Okay, cool. So my channel, if people can see, is probably focused on PvP gameplay in the FPS genre. Yeah, so I pretty focused on games like Apex, Warzone, a lot of Rainbow Six currently. I do dabble slightly in the PvP aspect with games like Assassin's Creed that I've started streaming again now recently. And yeah, just a quick little brief history. I think my first ever game was Wolfenstein 3D. I think in like 2001, I played that. It's like Minecraft quality. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Yeah, and then from there, I think I dabbled in a game called Freelancer. I don't know if anyone knows what Freelancer was. It was a space orientated game. It's very similar to Star Citizen, sorry. The same developer, actually, funny enough. And yeah,
Really?
since then, it's so funny enough. So Freelancer, when Star Citizen was announced, I thought this looks exactly like the Freelancer idea from back in the day, and it turns out that the same guy developed Freelancer is the one that's behind Star Citizen. So that's going to be my it's quite hectic. That's going to be my future plan. Apart from the PvP aspect of the channel, I'm going to be introducing that at some point. And then I actually got into PvP FPS games in about I think grade 10 when I was about 16. One of our new friends came to the school and he introduced us to this game called Call of Duty. And from there, it just sort of and from there it just took hold. So that's pretty much my background, quick little history of how I got into gaming and what my current channel is about.
That is awesome.
Well, how'd you get your name? Something we did last week.
So the exact same mate of ours, Christian, who introduced us to the Call of Duty, he was a very big he was very much into like anime and like the Hello Kitty and the Japanese culture and that. So he just so everyone always asks you what does HK stand for. I'm always like, oh, people are going to laugh or judge, but it's just sort of stuck since 20 years ago. So HK stands for Hello Kitty Alliance. Obviously, the Hello Kitty Japanese brand thing.
See, I was wondering what the Hello Kitty was about.
I knew it.
For Hello Kitty Adventure, you guys remember that game?
Yes.
I do now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's how so that's how the HKA abbreviation you could say came about. And then the rendition part, I don't know if anyone remembers a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal called Rendition, when he was a pilot, helicopter pilot, and he had to keep reliving. I can't remember the exact premise now, but that movie, I don't know why, it just gravitates toward me, and I just loved like the whole aspect of the movie, and I loved the name. So I just I decided to combine the HKA abbreviation with rendition. So that's how my name came about. Yeah,
Nice.
pretty much it. Yeah, I also I know it's a bit of a mouthful to say the whole thing, but luckily everyone else just abbreviates to HK or Rend or something along those lines.
Well, I'm never gonna forget the Hello Kitty part now.
Right.
And it sounds like we're gonna have to find him a game.
Well, we know what his emoji is gonna be.
I'm gonna have to change
Yeah,
this
for
emoji
sure.
now too to a Hello
Oh
Kitty.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, actually, wait. Let me just reel this back a bit. I do realize that I might need to change what the HK stands for, because Gabby and my best mate Jatham was telling me, like, Jason, if your channel gets traction, it might be a copyright infringement on the Hello Kitty part of your abbreviated, suffix of your name. It's like, oh, you're all right, eh? So I might need to change it
Maybe.
eventually to like, Hyper Kitty Arena or something like that.
Kitty Arena, there you
That
go.
sounds like a mobile
That's
game
more
now.
PvP-ish for sure.
But
There we
we
go.
will now all know.
Yeah, we all know, because we actually asked ChatGPT what we can use, and there was a lot of different variations that we could do with the HKA part, but I think I'm going to gravitas toward the Hyper Kitty Arena.
I like
So
it.
yeah,
Nice.
and obviously with that, I'll have to change the picture and all that just of the channel, but yeah, for now, Hello Kitty Alliance rendition.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
That is
are
awesome.
are you usually like solo, or do you have like squad mates or clan mates?
Oh, the open wounds. The wounds are now open. So
I'm
I
so
used to-
sorry.
No, so my mates and I, we used to play a lot of games together. Obviously, Call of Duty back in high school,
Mhm.
through to like League of Legends, Apex, Warzone, a lot of Warzone during the COVID period. I think the whole world was playing Warzone during that time. So we used to play a lot together, but until recently, I think about last year, everyone else's personal lives had become quite busy with like new jobs, new partners, my
Right,
best
yeah.
mates, and like three of my main mates, they're all pilots, so they're always 6 weeks in the country, 6 weeks out the country. So unfortunately, this year, it's sad to say, I haven't really played a lot of games with like mates. That's a lot of solo stuff, but thanks to this community and everything, a lot of the viewers and subscribers to everyone's channel, not just mine, do actually partake in gaming like Rainbow Six, Fortnite, stuff like that. So I do have people that I play with, but not in real life friends, unfortunately. Once their lives get
Right.
sorted out, hopefully they'll join back. Hopefully.
Awesome.
So at
Yeah.
the moment it's solo/solo with viewers. Yeah.
Right.
Sweet. So with fans. So you play
Yeah.
with fans.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
a fan. Yeah, I always invite people if they have the game, please join. Funny enough, what was his name from yesterday? Big Reddy. I was in his stream after he was in mine, and I actually brought up Rainbow Six because he was telling his mate he was playing with about the game that I was playing, and he actually know that it was free. So today he actually wanted to play with me. For the
Oh, right
first
on.
time, yeah. But I
Cool.
told him like, we can maybe play in the evening, because obviously with the whole time difference, people based in the US and all that jazz.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I love playing with viewers. They can always join. There's no pressure. We all got to start somewhere, and yeah,
Well, at
just
least
have a
at least the gamer's paradise is finding you people to play with. That's
no,
a plus.
exactly, and obviously you people in the game, you people. That's not
You
mean.
people.
You people. No, obviously everyone here in this community is also with like promoting and sharing, so it definitely helps with traction and getting more people at what can play with.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, awesome.
we would love to see that. That'd be great.
So did
HKA.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Jim.
Yes, Brogan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, did you get your start like on console or PC? Have you always been PC or both?
I think my first my first platform was a PC with Wolfenstein 3D. And then I did dabble in console. I think I had a PlayStation 2 during high school. I think in my last year, my parents got me a PlayStation, and I used to play the crap out of. Wait, can you swear in this?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
fine.
go for it.
Hope so.
Hence why I used the word crap instead of something else. So I used to play the shit out of a game called Ratchet and Clank on console.
Yeah.
Anyone
okay.
remember? I love
Yeah.
that game. So I played a little of console with Ratchet and Clank, and then my best mate growing up, his family got him Gears of War, and that on
Yeah.
console I was absolutely mad about it. So I'd say in my life, in terms of time spent, probably I'd say a year on console, but for the most part after that, it's just been mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I must say, I have massive respect for people that can play FPS fast-paced games on roller, because I don't know how your brain can connect all those different buttons at the same time. So massive respect to all the controller players out there. I'm not bashing anyone, but massive respect. But your aim assist needs to be nerfed.
Right?
See, that's all I've ever played is console. I can't fathom how y'all do all that on a mouse and keyboard.
It's
It's
so much
it's a
better,
lot of
man.
dude, it's a lot of wrist arthritis and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Finger
Carpal tunnel,
arthritis.
you know?
Yeah.
Carpal tunnel, exactly. I have the wrist of a 50-year-old when I'm in my 30s.
I know, right? It's bad.
I started
But
out,
One
that,
side's worse than the other.
yeah,
exactly.
I started out
Yeah.
in console. I was playing a lot of Call of Duty on console. So yeah, I started out, and I was that way too, good old boy, where I was like, oh, PC, I don't know about that. I liked my console until I got on PC and the mouse and
And then you're
keyboard.
like, wow.
Why did I not ever start with mouse and keyboard? I have no idea why, but I don't think there's, I mean, I might play a few games here and there on console, which I do need to get back into Rust on console, but yeah, it's mouse and keyboard for me. I don't know why I
And yeah,
ever
went on a console. Yeah, funny enough,
Yeah.
speaking about console, because of my profession, I have friends down the road that I fixed their laptops for, and as as payment, he actually gave me a PlayStation 4, I
Mhm.
think, which
Oh,
is
wow.
currently sitting up. Yeah, it's currently sitting upstairs now, and I played Batman Arkham. I think
Yes.
he also gave me a few games, and I could not understand the movement, the aiming, the buttons. I went full on. I don't know. Call me Forrest Gump of the controller world, but I could not understand how to use it at all.
Wow.
But yeah, no. Like,
Aiming is so much more difficult on
oh,
console
100%.
than it is with PC.
Well,
You
wait,
can be
wait.
so precise. on PC.
I'll actually rephrase it like this. I'd say to get your aim onto the targets is difficult, but once you're on the targets, that aim assist kicks in, boy.
Yeah, you're there the whole time.
It's just getting on it, but I do know that in the difference between mouse key, if anyone is interested, generally speaking, mouse and key offers quicker movement. No, it offers quicker movement, but requires more. I'm not going to say skill. It requires more accuracy to aim, whereas controller, it's slower movement, but it helps with the aim. So there's a
Yeah.
trade-off on both platforms.
Yep.
So it pretty much just comes down to personal preference, really. Yeah, or if you want to be those people that has a console that plugs in a mouse and key to get the advantage of both worlds, don't be that person.
Don't be that person.
Yeah, don't be that guy or gal. But yeah,
Dude
no,
that's got like a controller with 150 preset keys on it.
yeah, you see, yeah, that's all like the scripting and stuff on the controllers, as with those attachments, third-party attachments on the controllers. Like,
Right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. I think it's called Zens or
Yeah.
something on those lines.
Something with a Z.
Yeah, something with the Z. But yeah, that's pretty much the difference between why I would rather go mouse and key, because also I'd rather know that it's my role. It's me actually aiming as opposed to the game 20% helping with the aim.
Right.
I just find it a bit more satisfactory. And also, Jen, just to touch on what you said, why a lot of people actually start on console. For what I think, it's because console is a lot more easier to set up. It's literally
for sure,
console
yeah.
plugging the TV, boom, done. Whereas with
I
the
would think it was
PC,
less intimidating, yeah.
It is less,
it's less intimidating, yeah.
and it's also a little bit
Exactly.
cheaper than PC too. But some of the
100%.
some of the consoles now that are coming out, the upgrades and stuff on them, it's almost like buying a computer. So if you're gonna spend the money, just go to PC. Go to PC.
You can upgrade console components?
You can,
What?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
did not know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
What the big thing? I
Just
thought you just buy it
Xbox
and that's it.
I had a friend of mine who had a PlayStation, and all the upgrades and everything that he did to his, it's almost, I mean, he basically made it a computer.
Yeah, he basically bought a PlayStation to turn it into a PC.
Yeah.
Like I said, so you get the benefits of both worlds, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I just said, don't do everyone, please. But no, I didn't know that you could actually modify a console.
Yeah.
I would have assumed that opening up would void any sort of warranty on it or anything like that.
It does.
Well, it
Everybody thinks
does.
you can't
Oh, yeah.
upgrade laptops too, but you can upgrade those these days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, laptops you can but don't you dare
Yeah.
try open up your iPhone or something to fix, eh?
Oh God, no.
That voids warranty, eh?
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
I don't even think that my new phone, you can't open this at all. You can't get to the battery or nothing. It does not open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's also why there's a
Good
big
point.
movement. I can't remember the exact terminology that people are using. It's the fix it yourself, or there's something that they're trying to push through the European what's it called? Some commission in Europe of trying to make Apple and all these big manufacturers that make things like iPhones that you can't open up yourself. They're
Mhm.
trying to make it that Apple and all these manufacturers have to make it possible for people to fix their own equipment or their own devices. I can't remember the exact terminology, but there's a big movement happening. So even maybe in the future, new devices like phones specifically will be able to be fixed for yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I was quite curious about the whole upgrading your
Well-
console thing. 'Cause I thought that would also void warranty, or it's impossible to open those things up.
Yeah, well, they're kind of creating their own
Right.
market by making it so you can't fix your own stuff. That's why
Yeah.
they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually
But yeah,
proprietary parts.
Yeah,
and stuff.
but also it goes against a consumer it's some consumer protection act. That's actually why that's what started this whole movement to make it so you can do it yourself and fix it yourself, because it goes against some consumer law or something along those lines. So it's interesting to see what happens with that. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. Continue.
You're
No,
good.
you're good. You're good.
Well, in back when iPhone just barely had a couple of generations out, like iPhone 3, iPhone 4, I had those generations and I was able to buy the parts and take it apart because it was just screws and I could take it
Yeah,
apart and fix the front glass and all
always
of
break
that. But
somehow.
now I feel like, and this just might be a conspiracy theory on my part, but I feel like Apple
You got some hats
realized,
on?
oh shoot, we're not able to make money off of that anymore. So we're going to make
All
it
about
where
money.
you have to have, oh yeah, absolutely. You have to have this special piece of technology, to melt the back glass, the glue that they do before you can even get into the gut of that phone.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
funny
they
you
created
mentioned the
their own
iPhone.
market. That's
Because funny
Absolutely.
enough, I actually still have an iPhone 6s right here next to me that I use as a secondary device for alarming for my alarms. And looking at even the iPhone 6s, there are no rivets, screws.
No.
yeah. You can't
in
get
the.
in them anymore.
Mhm.
At
No.
all.
Wait! I lie. There's two. What? That's not
At
even
the
a
very
scroll
bottom.
or a flat. Yeah, by the charger. That's
Yep.
how would you need a
That's
pin
it.
for that?
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. We're
Okay, so yeah, go carry on.
talking about iPhones. So the very first iPhone that came out, I still have that. Because
Wow.
I still have that, and it is so freaking tiny. It's like
Wow.
I was going through.
Can you read the year on that, or does it still work? Does it function?
Well, I have no idea. It's been in a box. I found it the other
Okay.
day. I was like, oh, that was small. And now you
Now
get
it's a
these
paper- Now it's a
freaking,
paperweight.
yeah, you get these
Now,
huge ones now, and it's like, set it next to it, and it's like, wow, that's little.
Yeah.
Well, the
I
ones
can never-
now, the ones before used to be a lot of case and a little bitty screen, and now it's all screen and an itty bitty case.
Yep.
That is true. I'm not gonna lie. I miss having an actual keyboard on the phones. I don't know if that's just me, but I miss having an actual physical
Like a
keyboard.
physical one that you
Yeah.
can touch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the old school Motorola's, the old school Nokias,
Yes.
BlackBerry,
Right.
some
The little
shit.
flip down keyboard.
Blackberries.
Right.
Ah. Yes, I love that because it just felt better. Because with the screen, I don't know about you guys, but I got big ass fingers.
Well, I don't
So the
know
amount
if you
of
got
typos I do.
if anybody has realized this, but we're definitely letting people know exactly roughly how old we all are.
Yeah.
I know. I was about to
I'm
say
not
Palm
ashamed.
Pilot and stopped. I was like, God, remember the Palm Pilot? That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
My lord. I still remember the one big. I can't remember who made it. It might have been Nokia, but they made a very it wasn't horizontal, but it was a flip phone. But when you flipped it open, it was more elongated than
Yes.
vertical.
Yes.
And that was revolutionary. Like my dad got one. I
Yes.
used to play on that thing like it was this supercomputer, that sort of thing. Oh yeah, I miss
Back in the day, it was a supercomputer.
Yeah.
It
Because I
was,
think I got that phone through Sprint back in the day.
But
back in my
It was like
day, it was cool to have a
$800
razor.
back then.
Yeah.
Razor, Motorola Razor. Yes, it was a Razor,
Oh,
those
I
flip
remember
Yes.
phones for the
that.
I
Motorola.
had a I
Yes.
had a Katana, Motorola Katana, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you have a sword?
No, it was a phone, but it was a sharp phone.
Most
I
I,
my
think I remember
phone,
the commercials for that.
my phones before I went to iPhone was the Nokia and the Motorola, and then when iPhone came out, when the first
wait,
iPhone
please say
came out,
Nokia again.
Nokia.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Nokia.
It's cute. It's cute.
Hey,
It's cute.
hey.
It's cute. It's cute. Listen. I get taken the piss out of saying pizza when we would actually go. But actually, pizza in Italia. But yeah, funny enough, I actually have a burnt memory in my brain from when I was a kid. I must have been because I was born in '91. I think it was in the '90s. I went to my father's office one day, and I remember I saw the Motorola flip phone. I don't know. I think I saw someone at his office have it. And I still remember going into his office, sitting by the a heater that was like the heater rating that was just before his table, his desk. I was like, Dad, can I get a Motorola phone, please? Like that flip thing that your colleague over there had. And he's like, no. I'm like, okay.
No.
I tried it.
Why are you denying me this piece of equipment that can not only do like what a phone does, but it transforms, Father? Come on.
It's a
The first sign
transformer.
of
Really, it
I was,
is. Literally is.
about to say, I was about to say it was the first iteration of the Transformer movie. Come on.
Do y'all,
Well,
Yeah.
I guess Jen and I are the only ones that were alive when there wasn't cell phones.
I
No,
remember when there.
I was around when there was no cell phones.
When
Yeah.
was cell phones invented? This will give me an indication of how old you bullies are. 1973, the phone was invented.
The
Well,
regular phone?
It was called the Martin Cooper. Made the first ever cell phone call on this. Wait, no, that's a phone. That's a call, man. I said phone, not the phone. Yeah. Wait, no, but technically, to make a phone call, what do you need? A phone.
Right.
Yeah, apparently it was a brick-sized device.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they were
Yeah, a
huge back in the day.
brick-sized.
Came in a
Yeah.
briefcase.
Yeah.
But
Well,
but to be fair, technically the first mobile phone was one that could be plugged into your car.
yeah,
Right.
it was a car phone. It
phone.
was a
It
bag
was a
phone.
bag
Yeah.
phone. Mhm.
Yep.
I think it was made by Motorola.
Yeah.
Of
Yep.
course it was. Of course
I
it
wouldn't
was.
doubt it. Yeah, they were the shit
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
in the day. Had the little burp, burp, little chirp.
My grandfather actually used to have one.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
One of those brick
That
phones?
no,
No,
the
bag
mobile, the mobile phone,
Oh.
the bag.
Bag
That
phone.
was the first. That was the first phone, like mobile phone.
Oh
Does
yeah.
anyone know when the first computer was invented?
60s.
There was a mute.
Yeah.
Nope.
The
It goes
supercomputer.
no.
It's like
Just a normal computer.
76 or something. I don't know. Oh, the first
It
computer,
was
not
the
the
first
first
computer.
household computer.
No. Just the first computer, not a PC, not a personal computer, just the first computer.
Oh
Like
yeah, no
it
idea.
was
Like in the
Talking like
1833.
Holy crap!
Wow.
World War One.
1833. It was first invented.
18. Holy
So they
shit.
had transistors and shit back then.
Right, you can see the transistors there, but it is not what you think of when you think of a computer. Like it's
Okay.
very like yeah, but like not a computer as in like how we know today. It's just a computer that can we call it analyze data and do input output. 1833.
wow.
Huh.
Yeah, so we've come a long way since then.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I'll just move it from phones to something related.
Now
to a
everybody
computer.
has a computer in their pocket.
Not everyone has a computer,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, my mother does as well, and she asks me every day how to use it.
How to use
Oh,
it, right?
yours
I'm
too.
like,
How do you do this?
Mine does that
and-
all the time. And okay, so this is what I find really frustrating. Sorry. Is she's on Facebook, right? My mom, she's on Facebook, and she will she believes everything on the internet, and you have to tell her you can't believe everything. Some of that is AI. She's like, no, this is real. I'm like,
No, it's
get
not.
off Facebook. We're just gonna remove you off Facebook. That's all. That's it.
So because she wants to throw moms out, my mother does the same thing on asking how certain things work or wanting to know how to get this
Yeah.
to do that. So
I don't know who he's talking about.
I don't know
I
either.
know his mother. His
I
mother. His
don't
mother.
either.
I do.
I usually ask my kid just so, they feel like I still
so you
need
also
them.
ask your children about that.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. For me personally, I don't know about you because I mean my profession is IT, which does not help the case. Because every time my family's like, "Jason, can you help me?" No, but you know the stuff. I'm like, yeah, but yeah.
But I don't wanna.
And do it on the daily.
Not your personal IT slave.
I'm like, who can I send the invoice to? Don't worry, family
Right.
rate, family rate, family rate.
Yep.
So let me ask you, HK. You say you work in IT, and so
Yeah.
I'm very curious. How often do you have to tell somebody or ask somebody if they've
Turn it off and on
turned
again.
it? Yes.
I knew that question was coming. Let's see. For my role, I don't really have a lot of user interaction because of the role that I'm in. Because so I work for an MSP. So in an MSP, there's certain levels of what would I say, skill or just go with skill. So
Yeah.
I'm a tier 2, which is one below the top tier. So I don't really deal with a lot of end users. But when I do, there's certain types of users that you get accustomed to, and you know what you need to tell them in order to fix something that is not actually an issue. So, funny you asked me how much do you actually say that, turn it off and on again. The week before last, we had 2 issues with some people's till at a store, like a shopping, like a shop, like a till point, wasn't working. And I'll be honest, I didn't know what the actual issue was because they couldn't explain it for shit to save their lives. So the basic, I was like, "Oh, don't worry, I've applied some changes, but in order for those changes to take effect, which obviously I didn't do anything on the back end, I did nothing. I was like, oh no, I think you have to restart your machine so my changes can push through. And what do you know? Boom, it fixes itself. It's brilliant. But actually, what happens? It actually happens a lot more than you think because a lot of the times with PCs, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but a lot of the time with PCs, when it boots up, a lot of things don't actually run properly, like services and like kernels and stuff. So a reboot, I know people take the piss out of it, but it is actually a legit troubleshooting a resolution to an
Oh, yeah.
issue. Like
be
it is a
number
legit
one.
thing. And I know, I think it was the IT crowd that made that saying famous. The show. Like
Yeah.
I've never watched it, even though I'm in IT, but my best mates have watched it and they love it. So yeah, I know people take the mickey out of it, but it is actually a legit troubleshooting
Yeah.
or technique or step.
Take the Mickey out of it.
There we go. Come on, Mickey.
Sorry.
Don't tell
Maybe
him
Sorry,
that
Mickey.
info. He's gonna
Right.
use that
You
every
must
day.
leave the podcast. Security.
Actually, I have a great thing. I
Security.
forgot about this. I don't know if anyone was in my stream as I started it on Friday. When I started at
I
8
was.
o'clock. Oh, like as soon as I started, 'cause I think I told you then. I mentioned that I needed to do some server work over there.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be a few minutes late. So I literally had to reboot a server for a service to fix itself so the backups would start working again. Because nothing I did, nothing I did would fix the issue. Because I'm not getting too technical, but every client of ours backs up its data, and it has to work. Because if it doesn't work and data is lost, there's a lot of legal eagle if like data is lost.
Right.
Right.
Well,
So
yeah.
I spent about 4 hours my afternoon trying to fix this problem, doing this. And eventually I was like, you know what? Let me just schedule a reboot. Obviously, it has to be out of hours, hence why I did it at 8 o'clock, which was 7 p.m. UK time. And boom, what do you know? I rebooted it and everything started working again. So there you go. If anyone watches this in future, if you're spending hours on trying to fix something,
Turn it
PC
off
wise,
and
not
back on
console,
again.
turn it off, turn it on again. Or another great tip if you have a PC or a laptop, turn off your machine. A little Jason tech tip here. Turn off your laptop, turn off your PC, unplug the power cable from your laptop or your PC. Hold in your power button for about 30 seconds. It'll purge all the remaining power from your system, and then plug it back in, turn it back on, and then that does normally fix most of the issues. Yeah,
Nice.
but you have to remove the power or the power cable. Also with a laptop, if you have a battery that comes out or clips out, take the power
It'll
out, take the battery out. No, take the battery out as well, and then hold in the power button.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot about that step. So with the laptop
Yeah.
battery also out, hold in the power button for 30 seconds, purge everything, put it back in, turn on, and that's how you do a proper reset.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well,
So, yeah,
I'll be right
there's
back. I
this-
gotta go try something.
Yeah, same.
Right?
Now remember, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Count properly. Not just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Proper 30 seconds. Okay.
So like 1 gator, 2 gator, or are we
Mm.
talking like
There we go.
Mississippi?
Yeah, I think I go Mississippi. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Like that.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go.
To answer your question, Broken, yes, it does occur. The restarting does big stuff.
Interesting.
A 1 minute answer turned into like a 10-minute conversation.
Hey, we got a lot
Uh,
of time to fill. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, no, you're
There we
good. You're
go.
good. So to get back on the gaming part,
Yeah.
what is your? Because there's two videos. One in particular that you had posted shorts on your YouTube. But what is your favorite gameplay?
So like FPS or like RPG, like that sort of
Your
type of gameplay, or
your ultimate, like your favorite gameplay that you've done.
Like the style or like what?
yeah.
What
Sorry, I need. What do you mean? Like
more of a
like
reference
that?
here. What's he shooting for here? What
Yeah,
are you
what I'm shooting
asking?
for is
Out
also
of
like genre of game, because genre could be a few things. Like it could be horror, fantasy, or you could be asking for the type of game, like RPG, FPS,
Shooters, what?
shooter, yeah, like that sort of thing.
out of
Well, technically, yeah. Sorry, go on.
out of all of your games that you have played, is there one
One of my
particular?
favorites.
Yeah, is there one particular, like, even if it's just an hour long that you've played, what is your favorite gameplay out of all the games that you've played?
So I'll answer this in a couple of ways. First, I'll say what's my favorite. I'd say overall, to combine all the things that I like in a game, from it obviously being a shooter, because I'm predominantly a shooter. I like to pew pew.
Mhm.
I'd say, so if I bring in the pew pew aspect, and obviously you can have pew pew or shooting in a PvE environment, like with Tom Clancy's The Division. You can have like a PvE shooter. But if I had to bring in the shooter aspect, obviously the PvP aspect for me, because I like to I like to compete against other real life people. Yeah.
Right.
Because I get a lot more satisfaction from beating real life people as opposed to like a
A
PvE
bot,
thing, a
yeah.
PvP. Oh, sorry, a bot. Yeah. So shooter with PvP. Also like high paced. Even though it's weird to say, because I know Rainbow Six isn't the fastest shooter in the world.
It's pretty fast though.
Well, compared to the game I'm actually going to choose. Now it's actually water to water. I don't know, black to white. I'd say Titanfall 2, I think, would be, if I had to choose one game to play for the rest of my life, but I couldn't play anything else, I'd probably play Titanfall 2. Because,
Love Titanfall.
dude, I love it because it brings in obviously the shooter aspect. It's PvP. It's fast paced.
And the mix.
It's got a
Dude,
bunch of other stuff too.
don't get me started with the mix. I was begging my mates to buy the game when it was on special for, I think it was 60 Rand, which is, what's that in dollar? I think it was $2.
Yeah, that's
think
when I
really?
picked it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2-3 months ago when I was playing it. It went on special, and I'd say also the fact, like you mentioned, the mechs that are in it just adds a whole different component, whole different like aspect to a traditional PvP shooter. It just adds a whole different level of a different layer.
It was
So
amazing.
I'd say Titanfall 2. If I had to pick a game, or if I had to think of a moment where I had the most fun, I'd probably think Titanfall 2. Yeah, Titanfall 2 would probably be my pick.
Nice. It's a
Nice.
good game though. So
I
I
hope
don't
that
see
answers
anything
your
wrong with that
question.
pick at all.
He didn't say Hello Kitty Adventure.
I know, right? What happened there?
I'll be honest, I don't know. When you guys mentioned that earlier, when I was explaining my HKA part, I actually never heard of that game in my life.
Oh shit.
Really?
Oh man,
Yeah,
it had a cursed.
I'll keep it real. The only reason I kept HKA is because obviously we used it during a high school when our mate came and introduced us to Call of Duty and the Hello Kitty brand and all that. It just sort of stuck, so I never thought to change it. And all my gamer tags since then had HKA. And I don't know if it was me being young and ignorant, but I was like, you know what? You never don't know, maybe in the future. So let me just keep the same name, so no one ever has to think like, oh, who was this person? Who was that? What's
Yeah.
that name again? So it
Right,
always
yeah.
just stuck. Like I personally don't have a single thing of Hello Kitty in my house.
Why not?
Like
That's why he
I
won't
just
turn on the camera. He's wearing
Right.
Hello Kitty
Yeah.
pajamas right now.
I'll bet.
How do you know that?
Sunglasses too.
hey, listen. How else do you look
With the
fresh?
Hello Kitty
Come on,
headphones.
come on. I mean, I've seen those. I'd rock the shit out of those.
I was just, I'm not even gonna say
I just saying.
headphones, damn it.
Sorry, what was the question again? What were we saying?
We don't know.
What's your
Okay, so-
favorite aspect of Hello Kitty? No, I'm
Oh,
just playing. That wasn't the question.
That's not a real question.
The kitty part?
Good answer.
The kitty part.
The funniest thing as well, because obviously when I got
Kitty, by the way.
monetized, I had to do the what?
Oh, I was just telling her. Kitty. He
Oh,
said
sorry,
kitty.
kitty.
Yeah.
Kitty. When I had to do the emojis for the members, you don't understand how long it took me to find Hello Kitty emojis that were different.
Yep.
It was insanely difficult to find, and eventually I did find it was one JPEG that had quite a few Hello Kitty emojis, but they weren't separate. So I had to manually snip them. But when you try and upload them to YouTube, there's very certain aspect ratios and size
Yes.
you have to have it on. And the amount of times I spent trying to snip it perfectly so I
Yeah.
could upload it, I think that whole process for those 6 emojis took me about an hour.
Really? Next time,
An hour,
just
like-
let me know. I'll make them for you.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you. Thank
I
you,
was
Sunshine.
I was gonna say, you know, I went and got a Sir D and he's just freaking awesome at it.
Well, I mean, have you seen the
Yeah.
edits? Have you seen the edits with him and Civil? Come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like those are awesome.
They-
Like
Amazing.
I must say I sent the which one was in one of the channels, the Game of Paradise trailer. I sent to my family group, I sent it to my mates group, and I even sent it to my father. And my dad is not interested in gaming whatsoever. And even he was like, that was pretty cool. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Really?
And I quote,
Wow.
he said, that was pretty cool. And my dad doesn't use words like cool. Like he's a very business orientated, like, very strict sort of
Love
guy.
it. That's what we like to hear.
So the fact that he said that, I was like, that's kudos to the creators. Like, yeah.
Yep.
So
They-
very well done. But yeah, I'll definitely shout your way if I need any more graphics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
definitely
I
should.
will. I will once I change the name from Hello Kitty Alliance to Hyper Kitty Alliance. Because get a kitty that's like done like, I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say that in case it gets omitted. But I need to say a lot of coffee. Okay, I want to get a kitty that had that's on like a caffeine rush. And
There you
like you make like a graphic like that, and he's like just like on it. ADHD, Energizer Bunny from hell.
Yeah, we can
Sort of
make
like-
it whatever you want, buddy.
exactly. So yeah,
Yeah.
funny enough,
Here, let me see what I can do.
Yeah, just off topic. Once I was called the energy. Do you guys know Dunlop, the battery?
No.
No.
No Duracell.
No.
It might be Duracell. I think it's Duracell because Dunlop's the tire people. Sorry, Dunlop's the tire people. So I think it's Duracell that had the bunny as a mascot.
Yeah, the pink Energizer bunny. Yeah.
Energizer.
That's the one. That's the one.
Energizer,
Energizer.
So, so growing up, people always used to say, "Listen, you're that little Duracell bunny, but you're like an Energizer bunny from hell." I'm like, yeah, sorry. So that's the sort
No,
of vibe.
Duracell wasn't the bunny. Energizer was.
Oh,
No.
Yeah,
Energizer.
oh, those two separate things. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, I got
Duracell is a
confused.
different brand. Energizer is its own brand.
Sorry, so the Energizer had the bunny. So Energizer bunny from hell. So yeah, so that's sort of the vibe I'm going for with the new thumb or profile picture eventually. Yeah, so take note. Yeah.
Nope, no worries, man. We got you. We got you.
So yeah. So wait.
Yeah, where were we?
So
We got off on a tangent again.
besides
I'm
gaming,
sorry.
what else do you like to do? Like, what are your hobbies?
So outside of gaming, apart from gaming and working, I surf. So surfing, I play guitar. I'm not good. I've taught myself how to play the guitar.
Wait.
Hold on.
Say that again.
The guitar. No, I'm
Guitar?
saying that on purpose. I'm
The
saying that on
guitar?
purpose. Yeah, the guitar. I don't know why. I don't know when it was said, but someone said guitar, but guitar, like GEE
Mhm.
hyphen TAR.
But some of them
And
just
for
some
some
people
reason,
just say it like that, so that's just how they say it.
and yeah, I thought they were probably just taking the mickey out of the word. I thought it was quite
Right.
funny. So yeah, so I surf, I play the guitar. Just a quick side note, my grandfather, he was in the Black Watch Regiment in, was it Wales or Scotland? One of them. Anyway, wore a kilt, I think it's Scotland. So he was also a musician in the military, and I think I inherited that from him.
Oh wow.
So my one ex-friend, I'm not friends with it anymore because he badmouthed our mutual friends, but I didn't appreciate because like, come on, you didn't do that to me because I'm still friends with him. So he actually was in a band. He was in a rockabilly band. I don't know if you guys know the genre rockabilly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like and he was great at it. And I used to watch and go to his shows a lot and all that jazz. And eventually he was like, "Do you want to buy a guitar for me?" I was like, "Okay, whatever." So I bought the acoustic. And funny enough, I found some because my grandparents passed away just before that, and I found some of my grandfather's like notes and stuff from like the, what do you call it, the music sheet
Mhm.
The
or
sheet
something like
music?
that.
Yeah.
The
So yeah, you have
music?
sheet music, sheet music, and because of that, and because Casey said, "Do you want to buy a guitar?" I was like, might as well. So ever since then, I've been teaching myself how to play guitar. Never been to lessons. So yeah, so tangent, surfing, guitar. What else do I do?
Everything.
I'm trying to think. I surf, I play guitar. I think those are pretty much my hobbies. Oh, obviously gaming, but outside of gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the two predominant things. Yeah.
Okay,
And-
well, a
think of
couple
and-
of things.
and
A couple of
golfing.
things I think.
And
Yeah,
golfing,
golfing
yeah,
too.
sorry. Oh my
Yeah.
lord. I think
Yeah,
I'm not really good at it. I don't consider it.
a couple of things I think maybe a lot of everybody would like to know is, you talked about surfing and all that, and obviously you've got a bit of an accent, and the time zones for us and you are obviously different.
I
Um,
have the accent.
so
Excuse me.
where do you live? What part of the world are you from? And how many languages exactly do you speak, sir? Because you speak a ton of languages.
Okay, so well, I personally don't speak a ton. The country is South Africa, and that is, well, it's the African continent. So let's just say world map in the middle between Asia and the Americas on the left, right in the middle. I think that's how the world
Right.
map is shown out. I
So
think
he's
that's how it's
probably got a
shown.
decent tan, while the rest of us do not.
I am of a olive brown complexion. Yes.
See, there you go.
Well, not so much now because it's been cloudy and stuff the last like week or two. So, yeah. So South Africa which is the tip of Africa for those who don't know the compass, because I've heard some people ask me after I say I'm from South Africa, they go, "Where's that in Africa?" I'm like, no.
No, no, no.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
That's
Well,
not
then again, when I
surprising.
even worse than that, not to bash the US folk in here, but when I went
Hey,
over
hey.
to, you're not all like this. It was maybe just this one individual. I went over to the US on a work, what's it called, a
Work visa?
H2B V1 work visa, yeah. So I went to go work in South Florida at Boca Raton, the country club there,
Mhm.
and someone asked me at the country club. Now this is a very prestigious country club. Like this is top dollar.
Yeah, Boca
country
is
club.
expensive.
Like it's there. It's like there. Let's just say we met a South African couple who actually live there, and they were called the Krugers. And I don't know if you guys know about the
Oh,
Kruger
Jesus.
Rand.
The Kruger
Like,
ran, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Kruger Rand. So you can put two and two together.
Oh, wow.
So I was working there, and I was in the golf department. So I used to go I used to marshal, clean up the driving range in those big machines, which was bloody fun, by the way. Getting hit at with balls in like a cage, so exhilarating. So when I was
I'm gonna
marshalling
look that up.
so when I was marshalling and obviously on the first tee box and making people go off on time, the one guy asked me because obviously he didn't recognize my accent. He's like, "Where you from?" South Africa. He didn't ask me where in Africa, so I was like, "Oh, there we go. This is a guy with intelligence, obviously, because he must be smart, And he's like, "So how did you get over here? Like how did you travel from South Africa to America?" And I'm like, "I swam."
Yeah.
It's like, this guy couldn't comprehend that South Africa had an infrastructure including airports.
Yeah.
Like, how do
He
you guys
didn't.
get from one
Wow.
country to the other?
Like
Man, we use teleporters.
dude, Jumper 2 coming soon. No, I actually like the first Jumper movie. But anyway, but yeah, I was so flabbergasted. I was like, what? Dude, no, on an aeroplane. You know, the submarine with wings? That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Submarine with wings.
it was insane. So anyway, so back to South Africa. So yeah, South Africa, I'm in Cape Town, which in my mind, even though I live here, so I am biased, but let's just take that away, is the best city in South Africa, okay? Like we have the better of the worst evils of the government or one of the parties in control here. Our roads are good, well maintained. We don't have potholes like in Joburg. And we also have beautiful beaches, yeah. So if anyone is a beach bum or a water baby, well, be it cold, be it fresh, some of the gentlemen, yeah, you might lose a nut going in, but we have beautiful beaches. We have gorgeous wine farms, yeah. Called, if you guys ever just do yourself a favor, just Google Franschhoek. Oh, I probably need to spell it out for everyone. But in Franschhoek, we have gorgeous wine farms. Like some of them are actually heritage sites as well. Specifically, there's one called Grande Provence. We have beautiful wine farms. Our wine is stunning. We have, like I said, gorgeous oceans, the mountains here as well. And funny enough, even though we live in a warm climate, we get snow on occasion in the mountains.
Oh
So
wow.
not
That's
only
weird.
do you, yeah, it's the weirdest thing ever. It's only like deep in the mountains, like at Ceres, or it's like an hour and a half from where I am. But yeah, there's snow here, but yeah, so I live in Cape Town, and there's how many languages are there in South Africa again? I always forget. It's like something stupid, like 12, I think. Languages. I think it's like 12 official languages in South Africa, which obviously ranges from English, Afrikaans, and then most of the other ones are. How do I put this? Like languages. I
Yeah.
don't know,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the clicks
I
and
don't know.
pops.
I don't know. Yes, I don't know how else to like
I don't know what it's called either.
explain
But
it. Oh, well, okay, languages. I'm actually going to list it up for you. So there's 11 official languages: Afrikaans, English, isiNdebele, never heard of that. Xhosa, which I actually we had to learn it in primary school here in South Africa. So I don't know how the schooling system works where you guys are, but we have, when you're born, you go to pre-primary, and then from there you go to primary school, and then high school, and then after that you go to what you guys would say like universities and stuff.
college.
So we have to, college. So so there's 3
Mm-hmm.
tertiary things we go through before we get like when you turn 18. I think for you guys it's 20. When do you guys finish high school, or what age are you when you go to?
You
18.
finish high school at 18.
18 years.
Okay, so it's the same as ours then. So pre-primary, primary, high school, then university. So in primary school, we actually learned Xhosa. Some of the words that I can remember are, well, I know the swear words. It goes "Ola Inkloku," which means shithead, and I'm trying to think "Nini Boto Tata," which means I'll beat the shit out of you. So we learned a bit of Xhosa. Xhosa is actually, I think is the easiest one out of the other languages to learn, but that's just because I only learned that one. So anyway, so after Xhosa, you have isiZulu, and then you have Sepedi, which is Sotho. Then you have Tswana. Then you have Swati. I know these are going over everyone's head. Then you have
Right.
Chichvenda, and then you have Instonga. So yeah, and also South Africa's sign language is also considered an official language. Which I don't know who was telling me. I don't know if it's in someone's stream, but I thought sign language was universal.
Nope.
I honestly
They're not
thought.
all the same. No.
Okay, maybe it was you guys and girls that then informed me about how it actually works. But I honestly thought sign language was the same thing around the world. Because like, wouldn't
Nope.
you make wouldn't you make a sign language be the same everywhere so you can talk to anyone? Like why
Oh,
are
yeah,
we
but that was
separating it?
impossible before they were able to travel to different continents.
Oh yeah, that's now that we've evolved. Can we just like update the sign
Well, they
language?
could,
Yeah.
but
but side note, speaking about sign language, I don't know if you guys saw the news. This was years ago. There was a televised, I think it was our State of the Nation address where like our president says hello everyone, he talks all his bullshit. So he was talking, and on the side of the screen there was someone doing sign language, and it got noticed that this person was doing the same thing over and over again and wasn't actually translating what the president was saying into sign. And it turns out this person faked their like certificates for like the sign language training and all that jazz. And because it's our government, they're like, "Hey, when I come, my friend, yes, cap." Just
And
like
he was
give me
probably
pay
just
you.
spelling his name over and over and over again. The thing
It
that
was
they teach you
ridiculous.
how to do in high school.
Like it was ridiculous. This guy was not translating anything, but the big like haha about it was, how did a guy like this get onto this stage, like this event, translating what the president is saying to the nation? How did this muppet end up in this position and he's saying the same thing over and over again? Like I don't get it. But yeah. Anyway,
Okay,
that was my
Majin's got your new kitty. Did you see it in the chat there, in the text chat?
How about Luxki open chat?
I asked him to add something, so
That's brilliant. I love the hair on the back as well. Dude, that's awesome. Now, only thing I need to do is add now I need to pick a different name or different
I love the eyes
Yeah.
and how angry it looks.
It took a
You know,
while to get it to look that angry because the computer's like, "Oh, Hello Kitty." No, you
It's
just
gotta
wondering
look
like,
cute, right? But no,
yeah,
you gotta. It's
no.
gotta, how'd you put it in there? Like it's got to be a cracked out kitty.
Yeah, at first
Okay,
I
Cracked
literally
out.
said, "Make your
cracked
drink."
out kitty.
Let's see, Hello Kitty after too
Come on.
many Red Bulls
Oh
and yelling,
wow, and that
and then
worked.
and no,
And-
and then I said
No.
again, "Make your drink more Red Bull," and geeked up after all
Oh
night from playing
god.
the video games.
Oh
And then
and
that's
man.
the
funny,
last one. I
And
was
it
like,
nailed it.
God.
And it nailed it. Yeah, that's good.
and
I
funny
like
enough,
that.
I'm actually drinking an energy drink at the moment along with my coffee. All my coffee's finished
We
now.
all are, aren't we? I've got a
Like,
monster
like,
myself, so
ooh, liquor,
I
nice.
I can guarantee you nobody can top me today.
What?
Yep.
What did you do? Did you inject
I've-
something?
I've had 3 energy drinks and 2 coffees in order to get me through my work shift and this podcast.
Now, you mentioned earlier you're a volunteer with the fire. Wait, that was you broken, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you say work, is that not being a firefighter? That's something
Yes.
else. That's a different
Yes.
profession. Okay, I might say because I don't know about me feeling about a firefighter rocking up and his hands all shaking, going a million miles an hour. Like, crap. I
Oh,
need you to hose this part. You're hosing the other side of the road. What you going back and forth? Calm down.
see that right there is actually a normal for pretty much any firefighter, because when we get out
For
to
the
a call,
hours.
the adrenaline's going, so you're sitting there shaking anyway. So that ain't gonna.
That's true, eh? Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, if anything, the raw adrenaline from the situation is going to overmask any amounts of energy drinks that you consume prior. Like, yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I couldn't imagine the adrenaline that you guys feel, because like obviously adrenaline is secreted like not just when you're physically doing something like in real, like being a firefighter. It's also like what you can also get when you in like playing games and stuff. Like when you yeah. So I think it was last week or the week before, there was a situation in a game, like in a clutch situation, where I felt like after I clutched it, mind you,
Sniper
I couldn't
clutch.
see. That's the one. That 4v1. Like my hands were shaking off like after that because the adrenaline was just flowing. Obviously not the same amount that you'd experienced, but just from that experience alone, that little couple of like that 30 seconds, and it's obviously just gaming, not the same as what you would experience, but yeah, I couldn't imagine how you guys handle that adrenaline, especially when it comes to something like fire and rescue, where you have to be so on it, because obviously mistakes can be devastating. So kudos to you guys for being able to actually handle that sort of thing. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine that. Like yes, like the mindset you must have to overcome that is insane. The same thing like with doctors as well. Well, not the adrenaline part, but with the steady hands. I don't know how they do that. Was it yeah. Carry on. I digress.
Yeah. Well,
Look at the image.
It's
Sorry.
training.
Yes.
Yes. No,
Yes.
respect.
I was just fixing to say, just so you know, I actually also work in another first responder field. I work 12-hour night shifts, and
Sure.
I dispatch and jail and operate a 911 center. So
Yeah.
with the fire department and that,
Hello?
What happened?
Yellow.
I think we lost
No,
him.
no,
it disappeared.
I think
No,
Greg-
no, I'm here. It was weird. Everyone was
Oh.
static in my ears.
Also, just to quickly interject before you carry on. If I go silent or I'm not responding, for some reason my mic is being very weird. It picks up and then sometimes doesn't. So if we're in mid conversation and I don't respond, just know that's why.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
Gotcha.
carry on, Broken.
No, I was just gonna say the adrenaline aspect of that. It's all on knowing how your body interacts and how you can control yourself in that situation.
Is that like that you guys train like a lot to do? Like it's something that's like specific, like in this situation this happens, so we train specifically to how to handle this, or is that just are you able to handle that just from the overall training that you guys get to do that job?
I can
Or just,
actually,
is there a-
I can answer that one because where he works, that's where I used to work, and I did 9 years of it. There's a lot of training. Matter of fact, before I left, I was starting to go through hostage and negotiation, active shooters, which why we didn't have it before the last 4 years. We should have had the active shooter like from the
Sorry,
very
Jen,
beginning, but
what were you what job were you doing? Because that sounds, were you part of police enforcement or law enforcement?
well, 911 dispatcher and also there at the sheriff's office. I wasn't a deputy or a police officer. I just worked in the
Like,
call
so
center.
not sworn.
So
Okay.
we are the 911 operators. There's extensive training you have to go through. And it can be really intense because in some of these trainings, they have actual 911 calls that you have to listen to. And because we're the first ones that's going to get the call or be contacted about the situation, we have to know how to handle that. So
100%.
the hostage negotiation, if there is somebody, hostage taker or whatever, calls 911 to get their demands or calls, police department or whatever, we're the first ones that they talk to. So we have to know how to handle that situation before an actual on-site law enforcement negotiator is on site. So
Okay.
so
Wait,
yeah,
wait, so are you then like trying to defuse the situation or resolve the situation, or are you trying to gather intel to pass on to the guys that arrive on scene?
all of the
All
above.
of the above.
Oh, wow.
We have to get the most accurate information first to law enforcement, as well as try to de-escalate and also try to get people out safely. Yeah. Yep. We have to do all that too. Now, I will say statistically, 911 operators, of course, you're going to get your automobile accidents or, just your home accidents or whatever. But typically what 911 operators have to deal with, and this is just a sad fact, is suicide calls.
Yep.
They get more suicide calls and have to listen to what happens as an end result.
Wait, is this the aftermath of the like someone finds the person, they call you to like, oh yes.
Yeah,
all of the above.
Yeah. We are usually the last person that talks to someone who
is in that mind state.
Yeah.
Oh, so you also talk to the person. So instead of this person calling a helpline, they'll call 9. Obviously, it's easier because everyone knows 911. So they call you to explain it to. Yeah, I couldn't comprehend the not responsibility, responsibility and pressure, because you're the only contact this person has, and if this person does something, it's
hard.
I don't know how I'd feel. If something had happened, I was the last person who could have done something, and I couldn't. I would feel this burden
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that's hectic.
yeah.
Obviously, you guys
Absolutely.
probably get trained how to deal with it and
Yeah.
all that jazz.
Well,
Hopefully,
see,
yeah.
for 911 operators, we were actually the last ones to get lumped in with mental health. With the mental
Okay.
health support, we were the last ones because most generally it's, you know, you have your fire department, your EMS, your law enforcement, your police officers and deputies. They are the
People
first.
call the fire department
Yeah, well,
for that sort of thing.
they were the first ones.
Who could take calls like that?
Well,
Right.
no,
No,
not
it's
not
because
necessarily.
they
that.
responded to those calls.
Oh, okay. I see.
We get the calls, but as far as okay, everybody knows that the highest suicide rate is military, law enforcement. Then it is fire department, EMS. Well, if you go back and you look at the statistics, the higher statistics for suicide rates is your 911 operators. They are actually number one, but they were also the last to be helped with mental issues because of their job.
Like internal health.
Yes.
Like internal health.
Yeah.
Hectic.
They were the last ones, and honestly,
That
quite
was probably
honestly,
a reactive measure to it because obviously people were, you know, doing what they were doing because they were working in that field. So obviously they only added them at the end because it was reacting to how many people were,
Yep.
you know, themselves.
Yep.
Yes, that's the worst way to react instead of being proactive.
Yeah.
They should have like understood that people were calling you guys like as well and lumped you in.
Yeah, and I don't want
That's
to I don't want to discount anybody's mental health and or even employment, or won't say employment, your like your police officers or, you know, military or whatever. I'm not going to discount anybody's, but from the 911 aspect of it, it was hard for me. I did it for 9 years. It was hard for me because if somebody called me being suicidal, of course you're going to listen to them. You're going to try to talk them out of it until you get help there. What was hard for me is we don't get to see the end result. And it doesn't matter if it's accident or a childbirth or whatever. We don't get to see the end result. So we don't know the ending.
Lost in limbo, like,
yeah,
what happened? Because it actually would probably be worse than actually knowing, maybe, for some people.
For some, yes.
Depends on the outcome, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, no, like for me, like if I think about it, if I was left in limbo, I actually, because I don't like not knowing. Like I don't like gray areas, even with work. If they say use your own discretion, like no, you tell me yes, no, yes, no. I would have hated it to not have known.
Yeah, it was hard for me.
That now, but
accidents, car accidents, you know, because me especially, but most generally, 911 operators are going to second guess themselves when it comes to what we call high priority I can't talk calls.
High priority calls.
Yes.
So like triage.
Yes.
Sort of thing.
So you have your levels. You have like your low priority, you have your mediums, and then you have your highs. So on high calls, that's like your multi-vehicle accidents. That's like your active shooters, your hostage takers, your fatality accidents, anything.
So the critical like high level stuff.
Yes. What was really hard for me, and I would second guess. I still remember my very first high priority 911 call, very first, and I was not even 6 months in the job. I think I was 3 months in, and it was a semi-truck accident, and the truck driver called his wife. The wife called 911 and said, "Hey, my husband called. He's in the ditch. He drove his truck into the ditch. He didn't see a turn, and you know he's stuck in the ditch, needs help." And so I told her, "Okay, well, if you will have him call 911, I can get his location and I'll start getting people headed out there." So he calls his wife, and then he calls 911, and I'm talking to him, and he tells me where he's at. I get off the phone with him, and he calls his wife again, I believe, and she calls me back. She's like, "Well, he's not hurt, but he said he's kind of trapped in his truck." So
Okay.
we double time people out there.
Makes
We-
sense.
We get help out there, and the next thing I know is I'm getting a call from one of our deputies wanting us to get our JP out there.
JP?
Every Yeah, JP is who we
assistant.
call is whenever there's a fatality. He or she has to pronounce that person
It's like
deceased.
So like the coroner, like the head coroner, I believe.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Their role or something has to do that. Well, of the police department in that area.
Yeah. Unbeknownst to me, right? Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know just how severe he was injured. So what had happened is he had missed a stop sign and a curve in the road, and his semi truck, which he was carrying hot asphalt, he went into, it was a kind of a large culvert, whatever, and it smashed the front end of his truck in, and so it trapped.
Oh no!
So it trapped him, but it also ruptured his asphalt tank. And so people couldn't get to him because of the hot asphalt. They had to get sand trucks out to put sand down to where, so they
to cover it.
But even then, if they could have got to him a little bit quicker, our deputy, who happened to be a paramedic also, when he was explaining to me, because I was just all kinds of upset, I was like, man, is this my fault? Did I not get people there quick enough? Something
like what's it, like a guilt? It's a not survivor's guilt, but it's like something along those lines where
it is considered a form of survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
So I'm actually quite smart.
Well, there was nothing that they could do for him, because as soon as they got the dash and everything, the front part of the truck moved to where they could actually untrap him. As soon as they unfolded him, he was gone. So that was
Hey, HK, I just wanted to say thank you for joining us. I have a family event I have to get to. You're a very interesting person.
Thank you very much. Thanks for helping.
Have a good rest of your podcast.
Enjoy, buddy.
Good boy.
Bye.
Enjoy.
Bye, good boy.
Yeah, we are also missing another member of our normal group. Sybil couldn't be with us today. She is right now currently in a flood.
Yes.
So we were wishing her the best right now and hoping she's safe and all that.
For sure.
So hopefully she will be with us for the next episode and, not drowned.
Yeah, let's hope that does not happen.
For real.
We want her to be safe and her children to be safe, so much love and prayers for her.
100%, yeah.
Yes.
Does anyone know her outside of the gaming community? I know, like, I think some of you people actually know each other, or is that not right?
Yeah.
Just have you guys know each other out of Discord and the gaming, like in real life? Does anyone know Sybil?
I don't know
I
her.
do.
I don't know her like personally. I know
Does anyone have
her.
a number? In other words, can you ask, like, give us an update how she's doing, like maybe tomorrow
yeah.
or whenever she can?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
sure.
for sure. We can.
Yeah, we're connected.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll be cool to know. Good to know.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep everybody updated and on how she's doing, and I know you had a family emergency. How is everything gone that? How are y'all doing?
So Gabby is still up there. She met with the. Yeah, she's gonna hear this when she watches the podcast. So she met with there was 2 specialists she met with earlier this week. It was because her mother needs to have speech therapy and also like mobile therapy or mobile therapy as well, like movement therapy and stuff like that. But her mother is apparently physical therapy. There we go. But her mother seems very like not with it at the moment. She's also being very stubborn because they're trying to get power of attorney from her so they can actually like do everything on her behalf because she can't do anything at the moment.
Right.
So she's still in ICU. I think Gabby said this morning or yesterday she was still in ICU. Obviously, they're still monitoring. And the sad thing is, her mother lives down here in Cape Town. So I was telling Gab, like, can you not bring her here? So obviously, like, get her in-house care, all that, so she's more comfortable. Because she is retired, the mother, and she is like, she can look after herself, like financially. So unfortunately, the doctors are too worried about the mother flying. Obviously, not driving because Gabby has to drive down because she drove up.
Yeah.
They're too worried about her flying in case she suffers another stroke. So
Right. Yeah.
that's why they're
Mhm.
keeping her there for an extended time just to monitor her and all that jazz. There was a Gabby mentioned as well something about a tumor on the brain or something, which
Oh
I
no.
think is actually what caused it.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's in ICU, but she's hoping, or Gabby's hoping that she'll be back next weekend because thankfully her uncle from Canada flew down on Tuesday to actually help her with all the admin and all that. But yeah, so the mother is stable, but yeah, she needs to relearn how to talk and how to, like, physical therapy and all that jazz
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Gabby, like, she's a lot less frantic now because obviously when it first happened, you don't know what to expect and all
Right.
that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for
But
sure.
yeah, but now she has more, like, her ducks in a row more. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But Gabby suspects that her mother's going to stay in Joburg for a couple of months. And like obviously sets her up there because there is family up there, but the family is being weird with help. I'm not going to get into it on the podcast.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
So she's going to get the mother set up in Joburg with all the care. So because Gabby is a English professor here at Stellenbosch, so she obviously has to be back here, to, like, to do the job that she got hired for.
Right.
So yeah, so she's going to set the mother up there in Joburg, and then she'll come back on hopefully next weekend. But for now, the mother is stable. But yeah, because she suffered 3 strokes, I think Gabby said.
Mm.
Oh
It was,
wow.
yeah,
Wow.
Friday,
Oh,
Saturday, and
no.
then I think she got 2 on the Saturday. The one was the Friday. So yeah, but the doctors don't know what caused it. So, but they're thinking it's the tumor. So yeah, so they're running more tests and just keeping a watch on her in the ICU.
Yeah,
Well,
for
hopefully
sure.
everything
So
works
yeah.
out there. That's,
Oh yeah, no, but like, thankfully, I did send the mother a message, Amanda, just to, like, to, like, I'm sorry to hear what happened, yada yada yada. She did say thank you back, so she is somewhat with it, but apparently she can't talk and stuff like that. So it's a bit.
Yeah.
I would hate to see any more, especially my mother, say it like that. I would be broken. I'm a mommy's
Yeah.
boy, through and through. Like,
Yeah. Well,
but yeah,
Same
but
here.
hopefully everything, like, gets better. Like, yeah, well, as good as it can get.
well, Miss
Well,
Gabby.
but no, thanks for asking.
Yeah, Miss Gabby, if you're watching or when you watch this, much love and prayers for you and your mom, and I hope everything works out for you guys and you
Oh, thank
too,
you.
HK. Because I know
Oh,
that could be stressful
Ooh,
for you
it can be
too.
taxing. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not my mom, but yeah, it's yeah, obviously not the same as what Gabby's going through, but yeah, it does affect those around you. But luckily, yeah, I'm doing,
Yeah.
like, I think with my grandparents passing, like, it was a year or 2 ago. That actually, if that didn't happen, I'll probably be more of a wreck.
Yeah.
But
right.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
appreciate it nonetheless.
Again, thoughts and prayers are with Gabby and
Oh,
with you. So
as just to lighten it up quickly, how would you guys spell Gabby? Just like, I just, like, spell it out, like, verbally. How would you spell, obviously verbally, Jason?
GABY.
What's it?
JBE.
GA?
Yeah,
Oh,
GABY.
so GABY. We have a GABE. Who else? Who else? Who else? How else would you spell Gabby?
GAHBERIE.
Why are you getting weird, Majin?
I don't know.
What?
Gabby. I don't know. I think
Okay,
it's something
okay.
fancy.
Mine,
In English, how would you spell it?
I would
Okay.
GABBY or GABIE or GABY.
Okay. Does anyone think it's spelled GABI? I think someone said that. Or
No.
did no one say that? No.
No one said that.
Okay. Okay. Because she's going to hear this because it's a running joke that we have. Because I've been spelling her nickname wrong the entire time.
Really?
Yeah, she hates it. And I was like,
You are so
I
in
was like,
trouble, dude.
and I was like, I thought I spelled Gabby. Like, don't, well, like, I thought, like, listen, I'm pretty sure everyone around the world spells it like I do. So now I'm getting people from other countries to give me their opinion, and it seems I might have been wrong. I might have been wrong.
Okay, so
Well, Madge's spelling doesn't count because he was trying to be, I don't know, technical there. But everyone
Right.
else, yeah. Anyways,
Everyone
move on.
drop in the comments later
Yeah.
Yeah.
after. Tell us how you guys spell
you
Gabby.
you gotta
Your
spell
boy out.
Gabby's name. Yeah, you gotta spell Gabby's name.
Also, at me in the comments as well, please, so I can get a notification.
Oh, yeah.
Of, wait,
Yeah, of
can
course.
you at
Yes.
people in the comments?
Give us your rendition on how to spell Gabby in the comments.
Oh, that's a nice plan.
Yeah,
Where
good use, good use. Yeah, rendition, like rendition of a song.
For sure. And if y'all have any questions for any of us, and especially for HK, just at him with your questions, and we'll see if we can get answers to you
answer
and
them.
yeah, get him to answer them, or we will answer them in our next podcast. So if you have questions or comments or whatever, let us know. Hopefully we'll get them in our next one.
Right, we
So-
actually had someone at Good Old Boy, and now he's got a friend playing console with.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
That was awesome.
We got a friend.
Real quick. So real quick, for those of you guys that doesn't know, HKA is a part of our Discord, and he is our head content creator. And
Which I
wanna
only
ask-
discovered. Sorry to interject, but I only discovered when I watched the first podcast. I was like, what? But thank you guys for bestowing the title on me. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll try my best to keep you guys happy.
The
Continue.
crown and tiara should be in the mail.
And
Yeah.
you give me the power. Eh? Know that you guys are giving me power now. Eh?
So
Sorry, Karan.
with that being said, I want to ask you, what kind of advice would you give these small content creators that are just trying to get started and wanting to try to get out there? What advice would you give somebody that is just starting out?
Funny enough, I actually gave this advice to, I don't know if you guys know of a channel called Infern Duck. Have you guys seen him around? Anyway, it's all right. So, because Infern actually asked me, I think it was a month ago or so, like, because he saw my Titanfall 2 video, and he actually really enjoyed it. And he was always been nervous about, creating a video, uploading it onto YouTube, because he is younger, so I can understand the nervousness. He actually asked me for tips and all that jazz. So, when it comes to, just think about it. Wait, just give me 10 seconds. Hold on.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to be asked that. I want to give the correct advice here. Because what I told Infern was one aspect. Actually, I'll say this, because this actually is what I told another person who was trying to get to a certain subscriber level before the end of the year, because he made a deal with his parents to either become a YouTube star or go to university. So I also gave him advice. So what I told Infern, when it comes to creating videos, and this is something that you'll just get better at eventually, because I look back at some of my first uploads, and I don't know, just like how you look at your old Facebook post and you cringe a little bit, and you're like,
Oh yeah.
So just know it's going to be completely natural if you do look back eventually. For the new people who are listening now to this advice, to look back and cringe a bit. But what I would do is, firstly, when it comes to editing videos, the best thing that I can say is try and sync up the visual to the audio. And what I mean by that is, let's just say, a good example, if you look at some of my recent shorts, you'll see the visual change when there's like a drop in a beat of the song. Like, think of it like this: when you are bobbing your head up and down to a song and you're feeling it, it's those sectors or those sections where you can make the video change to something else, and that actually just intensifies the music that you're hearing. I don't understand the whole psychology behind it, but
no, it works though.
It does.
It works. So yeah. So if you have a beat that drops, change the visual, and then if you have a relaxed melody during a song or part of the music that you're using, try and make the visual match the energy that the music is giving out.
Yes.
It's actually a marketing tool.
Yeah. Yes.
It is. It is. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, the intro video that I think you were talking about earlier, that had all of our clips on it. we were going through songs, you know, beats and stuff, and that one just happened to click on, and it's just like instant. It's like this goes with it.
Everything.
We've
Yeah.
got to use that one, and they're
Yeah.
I sorry, go on.
towards.
I think. Oh, sorry, go on. Go on.
No. Go ahead.
I, I blame the delay where I'm in location compared to you, compared to you guys. Because one of my latest shorts, I actually did the exact same thing with serotonin, where wait, sorry, talk quickly. I'm gonna cough and mute myself.
Alright.
Carry on, Jed. Carry on what you were saying.
No, I was just saying, it's just, you know, whenever that music hit, I was playing that video, like I just had my eyes closed and I was playing that video in my mind with that beat, and it
Visualize
just it hit.
It lined up perfectly with
Yeah.
the
Just lined up.
with
Yeah,
the
so
clips.
what-
So
Yeah, so what I was saying with the short that I did with the serotonin song, Gabby actually sent me the link to it just because she thought it was a cool song. But as soon as I played it, automatically my mind just started thinking and putting together clips that'll go with the beat.
Mm-hmm.
So also, when you come to song selection, don't force a song. Try and find a song, and while you're listening to it, try visualize what you can put to that song. You don't want to
Yes.
get a song and then you try and put video to it and it just doesn't work. So do that. So firstly, video editing, make it synchronize. Secondly, networking. So what I mean by that is, so the other content creator, the advice I told him was, don't just rely on your videos and your uploads attracting viewers and thus subscribers to your channel. Also, actually go out and find channels that play the same type of games or the same games as you. And when they go live, go into their chat, interact with them, build like a rapport, a relation with them. And then eventually some of those viewers from that channel will actually discover you that way, because they find you intriguing and like they see that you also play the same game. So like just very casual conversation. Don't force it, because I hate it when I see people going to chat, but like, I also play this game. Go to my channel. Don't do that. It has to be natural.
yeah, don't
Yeah.
do that.
Also,
We've got one of those.
I cringe when I see that. So just network, and then also go to other people's channels, subscribe to them, they play the same games, leave a comment and a like, because most of the time, especially if they're not like massive, or some massive ones do it, but I feel like the smaller, 1, 2, 3, 4K channels, subscriber channels, the owner is more likely to engage with you and actually reciprocate the
Right,
sub and the
yeah.
support. So editing videos with the music, networking. So out of those two, what more can I say for that? So this is so long-winded. I'm sorry. I'd say apart from those two. And when it comes to streaming, I know I am faulty of this sometimes because I do rage uncontrollably. Just try and be a happy, energetic, positive person. I know it's weird to say because I can be a bit negative sometimes, but for the most part, just try create a happy environment, because a happy environment equals a happy audience, and a happy audience equals retention.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're not
yeah.
enjoying the game, your viewers are not going to enjoy watching it.
No, exactly. And also, I know a lot of creators pivot to like the new flavor of the month and all that, just to try and get that big surge in player base and thus audience to come to their channel too. Don't only do that if you're actually going to enjoy the game, like
Yeah.
Broken said, because like if you don't enjoy it, then don't play it.
Yep.
And even also if you love a game and at some certain moments you hate it, doesn't matter. Just keep playing because you know that you do love it, and your audience will understand. But for the most part, just play a game that you do like. Yeah.
Cough, cough. Rust.
Yes. Rust.
No trust in Rust.
Rust is it.
No
Yeah.
trust in Rust. So
Yeah,
can-
I think that, and thumbnails.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know
Thumbnails, yes.
it's a very generic thing because everyone knows this. Because I also used to make not so, good thumbnails back in the day.
I used to never make them.
Just what I'd say is don't just use like the online free portals to create thumbnails like Canva. You can also upload images on there, but try and keep your thumbnails like not too what's the word, busy. Just
Elaborate.
try to keep elaborate job, because I made that mistake back in the day, which obviously because the thumbnails is the first thing that people see, obviously.
Mhm.
So try and make it very precise, very simple, but also visually appealing. So I'd suggest using dark colors contrasted with like a few bright colors.
Yep.
So if you look at so my shorts, for example, it's a black with like LED lights on it, but it's very simple, and just make sure that it catches people's eyes. So
Yep.
yeah, so don't use like boring gray colors. Use colors that pop and contrast towards each other, but still keep it simple enough so it's not too overwhelming. Cool, okay, I'm done. I think that hard buttons.
So let me ask you this question. I guess it's gonna kind of fall in line with the previous question.
Mhm.
But what would you say the benefits of a small content creator finding a Discord like the one we have here? What kind of benefits are they going to see if they were to find a Discord like ours?
Oh no, so there's a few benefits that you'll get by finding a Discord. So one, not only can the Discord promote you, but the promotion is not actually the main reason why I would personally join as a Discord, being a small content creator. You want to join a community because you want to have your like an online community where you feel, like your online friends and you're happy, you can make jokes, you want to feel like you're part of something.
Yes.
So, and once you have that and you have like a relationship with people, it feels like an online, as Vanessa would say, family.
Support system.
A support
family.
system, family. A support system. From there, naturally, people you'll get promoted, and it's just even if the promotions don't yield the results that you want, at the end of the day, don't give yourself a don't aspire. Obviously, aspire to be something big, but don't make it the be all or end all. Rather just enjoy like the community that you're around, and naturally from there, word of mouth is a very big player in YouTube because obviously it's all comments, which is text, but still word of mouth. From
Right.
there,
Yeah.
the promotions will happen. People will start finding you, and also you can also ask the community about ideas. You can ask like what failed, what worked here, and at the end of the day, if you're comfortable with the people that you're with, constructive criticism is a good thing.
Yes. 100%. Yep.
So, and also you get the benefits of people who can do certain things that you can't, like certain civil over here.
Right.
And Madge using AI to create new thumbnail or new pictures. So
Yeah.
I've just been
there's
playing with that. That's silly.
So yeah, so there's a lot of benefits when it comes to for a small creator to join. But I say the best benefit is you get an online family, so to speak, and from there you reap the benefits that result from that.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know if that's what I should have said, but that's what I said.
I,
Is that right? What I said? Is that good? I don't know.
I
I
accept
think
it.
anyway.
It sounded good to me.
Lego.
So with that, I want to say to everybody that will be watching this video, guys, go find you a community that is going to support you,
Or come to ours.
or come to ours. We're here
getting to that, Jane. We're getting to that.
find you a community that's going to support you, that you can enjoy being in and have the great company. Ours is a great server to come to. We're all about supporting each other. We said it in the last episode. This is nothing but a big old family for us. We're here to help. We have HKA here that is our head content creator. He is not afraid to step in and say, hey, you asked me a question, let me give you my opinion. From what I've gathered through this podcast with HKA, he is very straightforward with it, and he enjoys what he does. We enjoy having him here. I hope he enjoys being here. I would like to assume that he does if he's here in the podcast with us.
Oh, 100%. I was just typing in the chat saying, "Why you make me blush?" with your compliment. But yes, 100%.
That is my
Thank you, I
job.
appreciate that.
That is my job.
Well, a job achieved, or result achieved. Thank you for those kind words. But no, 100%. What Broken said is true. And also, just one more thing I wanted to say as well. Also, when you want to get my attention, just for anyone who needs to, if the comments don't work, also create a post, because that's what one of my very smaller followers did. Just create a post and at me, and then I'll share you from there. Sorry, I just wanted to add something else. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, you can ask me and I will help you. And I'll answer your
Yes.
question as well.
So
No, thank you.
Is that all the questions we have for Mr.
I think we're about ready
HK?
to wrap her up. I don't know.
All right.
Thank you.
I do want to point out
You've been
to
awesome,
I mean,
HK.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hope I haven't babbled on too much.
No.
Sorry.
Perfect. Just
HK.
the right amount.
Yep.
Just like my typing, I talk the exact same.
Dude, you're
Super fast.
super fast. Oh my gosh, super fast.
You know, it's like, it's not annoying, but something that I just picked up lately. I mean, you know, some channels have the text to voice
Mhm.
when they're live, and it was RP, the RP game, gaming. He has, but it says the person's name before it says the message. So it's like
Oh, yeah.
HKA-Rendition says HKA-Rendition. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try not type as much in this one. Yeah, and also, I mean, I type like a maniac.
Yeah.
I know, thank you
You're
for
very-
thank you for
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying thank you for the compliment there.
Do
Yes.
you have any questions for us, HK?
This is, you know what? This is what, like being interviewed for a job. It's like, okay, now it's your turn.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? On the
Oh
beach?
Lord. Well, no,
Beach.
I'll wake up in my Bugatti.
There you go. There you go.
Like that song. Questions. No, man, why do you ask me live? Well, not live, but on the recording. I'm gonna give the exact same answer I give to all the recruiters. Can I email you afterwards?
Sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
To be continued.
I don't think you know what I'll do. I'll think of questions for the next podcast.
For the
and
next episode.
I'll slip it in there when you guys least expect it.
There you
You
go.
guys have to answer.
Right?
Yeah,
But
for
I
Love
sure.
on the
don't have
spot.
any-
Like, hey.
I don't have any questions, but I will just say really appreciate everyone here accepting me and making this community. Also, whoever came up with the podcast idea, brilliant.
That was Jen.
Jen.
That was Jen.
Yeah,
Of course,
it was
was
all Jen.
I just say you guys are awesome and amazing, and yeah, I don't know what else to say because it might just sound generic, but just know I love being here. Even though the time difference does make me catch up on the chats most of the time. But you guys always give me a laugh when I wake up in the morning and I check it out. But no, you guys are awesome. Yeah, I don't know what else to say apart from that. Just you guys are
Aw.
amazing.
Well, thank you.
Also,
Thank
so,
you.
yeah.
That was kind of the vision. What we have grown so far, that is the vision that whenever I created this Discord, and of course everybody here has helped make it to what it is now. So just to recap, previously I believe we had like 70 something members on our previous podcast. We are now up to 89 members. So
That is awesome.
it is definitely growing for sure. We've got more content creators, and again, I just want to reiterate, we're not, and if you are a creator, it doesn't have to be gaming. It can be anything at all. If you need help, if you want to join our community and help get your channel promoted, join us. That's what we're here for. That was the vision when this got started, and it has gone above and beyond my wildest dreams anyways. It has done such an amazing job, and the only thing I can credit to is the amazing people that we have.
Yes.
Majin, Sir D,
It takes a
Civil.
village, man.
Yes, Broken, Mickey. I mean, all you guys, I'm in awe of you guys, and I mean, y'all kind of brought my vision not only into life, but into one hell of a family, and I absolutely love
And
you
now she has
guys.
a headache every night, and she gets to thank us for it. It's great.
And don't sell yourself short there, Jen, because without you seeing a vision and wanting to start this, none of this would be here. We I can speak for me and Mickey. We were excited to join you on this journey. It's been very interesting. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed getting to meet a bunch of new people. You know, HKA. I would have never met him or ran into him.
None of each other's existence.
So I mean,
Right, I
without
got
the
you.
vision you had, I don't think any of us would be here and meeting the people that we've met and been able to do the things that we've been able to do. So don't sell yourself short on that either.
Well, it took, like I said, it took a village. I mean, you guys remember the day I sent you HKA's link and this
Yeah,
all turned into a snowball?
Think
yeah.
like
Yeah.
how like just like for me personally, who didn't reach out to me first?
I was the one that went to your live streams, and I had been checking you out for a couple of weeks before I sent your link to any of these guys.
Okay. I'm just because like I was in two different other like communities as well. So there's Gamers Paradise, also there's like a Papa Wolf like community with Jerk. You guys know Jerk and Guav?
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Jerk. I don't know what.
so that's a like a little community with Papa Wolf, then another like Magoo, like that little community. So I was thinking about it earlier today before the podcast was happening. Like, wonder if you guys were there, and then I came to here as well, or if someone just randomly reached out to me. But obviously, so you said that you did actually reach out to me during a live. No, I'm just curious how I came
No,
about into this little family.
yeah, I found you through
This
another person that had visited your live stream, and another content creator that hangs out in my other Discord. And she told me about
Okay.
you, and I went and checked you out and had been watching you for a couple of weeks before I said anything in your live stream. And
Yeah,
then the
because
first
it's
day
like
I said
very
anything in your live stream was the day I sent your link out to these guys.
it just feels very organic that I ended up here, which is actually
Yeah.
which is testament to like how you guys handle the community and the inviting and all that. So kudos.
Yes.
Very, very organic, very natural to like land up here.
Well,
Well, you were very, very along the lines of what we do. You know, you were already doing that in your live streams, so we were like,
Right.
"This guy's perfect."
Yeah, no, quick, actually, I do have a question.
yeah.
When was it decided that I was head CC? Because I don't remember saying yes.
It was last month, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was last month, dude. I sent you a DM.
You know what? I'm gonna blame the time difference. Yeah, I was probably asleep, or
Jet lag, all that stuff.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. No, because
We'll
I was
blame it
talking
on the
about
jet lag.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, just not me. I can live with that. But no, it's awesome, guys. But this is actually quite a fun podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm glad you had fun.
From intros, what we play, phones,
Mm-hmm.
computers,
Yeah, we covered a
EMT,
lot
All of the
in
above.
one
yo,
episode.
that was a lot, yeah. Yes, and yeah, I was worried we wouldn't know
Have
what topics to
topics,
talk.
get
Yeah,
stuck.
like
So, yeah.
literally because I like to prepare for stuff. So I think that's why I asked Sir before the first podcast, like how like the structure, and you sent me that like big list that you got from someone else.
Well, I told you it was a loose structure, and we wouldn't be following
I
that
know.
exactly. That's basically where we
I
start,
know.
and then we just go anywhere from there.
Yeah.
Right.
Template. That's like a template. So my anxiety before this like happened, that's why we actually went to go buy a smoke. Because like I said, like I don't like gray areas. I like yes, no, black, white. So,
I can
but this is actually
understand
a very
that.
natural, this is actually a very natural conversation, which is testament to how everyone interacts with each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very
No.
flow, very flow.
Very fluid, I think is the word you're looking for.
Yeah.
Very fluid.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm always curious on how a person started and what made them start, and what their goal is, and
Well,
so
you're
that's
great for doing a podcast then, because you're the nosy people. You need those.
I am nosy, kind of.
See?
But I have to say that is a testament to the job that we do, Jen. It makes us very nosy people.
Yes.
So Don't be mad at us too much. It got instilled in us from all of the training.
Yeah,
I know,
for
like
sure.
I can't be I can't be like. That's why you guys can't be mad at me if I type too fast because just profession it got installed in me, 100%.
You know,
I get you.
I remember me and Sir D having a conversation
Oh, it took
about
us
you.
like 3 weeks to figure
Yes.
out how you were doing those links so fast.
I asked Sir D, I'm like, that was like lightning quick. Is that a
Wait.
bot? And if it's a
I
bot,
thought for
where
sure
do
it
I
was.
get it?
Wait, weeks?
And then
What was it?
I looked for a couple of weeks trying to find out what bot you were using to get the links so fast, and I was like, dude, Nightbot doesn't do that.
What? When I was creating the links for Nightbot with those commands.
yeah.
Yeah, you were
Like,
doing them on the fly, like uber fast, and I can do
Oh,
them
yeah,
on the fly. It just takes like 3 minutes for one.
No, so this is how my brain works, right? Actually, I'll give you. I don't know if this wants to be part of the recording because it's a work thing. I don't know if you guys be interested, but anyway, so we had a task to do where two of us were tasked to do it. But how I like to do things, I like to think of a plan and like the quickest way to do it. Like Alt tab 4, repeat. Alt tab 4, like for example, like on a keyboard, you have a
Mhm.
structure, you just repeat the pattern. So it's something that would have taken the other gentleman an hour. I told the person who was assigning the task, just give it all to me. I'll get it done in about 10 minutes. So I came up with the plan, like a repetition of sorts, and I did the same thing like a lot of times, and it took me 8 minutes to do something. So sorry. So that's how I like to think. So when it comes to the Nightbot thing, what you guys can do is, this is what I do. Obviously, so you click on their name, you go to their channel, but you still have a tab open with your Nightbot on the command page. So you click on the person's name, you obviously highlight, you just click on the URL, highlights it, Control C, then you Alt Tab, because it'll go to your previous tab where you were, which
To the
was
next
your
tab, yeah.
No, not the next tab. It'll
Not
go
the
to
next
the
tab.
previous tab. No, it'll go to the previous tab that you were just on. So
Oh.
so it doesn't go to the next tab or the previous tab. It goes to the one you were just on. So you copy the URL on the person's page. You Alt tab, it goes back to the Alt tab. Just do it twice because you're on your stream. Then the person, so you must Alt tab twice. So go
you
back
keep
to the
Nightbot's dashboard open all the time.
yeah, I keep it open all the time,
Okay, all right.
So that's how I do this. So copy the URL, Alt tab twice. You go to the new command. You literally say new command. You go exclamation mark whatever. Tab to go into the body. Control V, then save, and then that's it. Like it takes like what 20, 15 seconds to do. Quick, Baba.
yeah.
Super fast to know
yeah.
that.
It was super fast.
But also it's the Energizer Money vibe as well.
Yeah.
But I'll throw that in there. Yeah, that's how I do it. So it's not a bot. It's all me. It's all me. It's all natural. All natural.
I know,
No
we finally
enhancements
figured
needed.
that out after like 3 weeks. We were like, yeah, there's no bots that do that.
yeah.
Right.
Or not that we know of yet, anyway.
Yeah, no, there aren't. We
Right.
checked. I checked.
Felt like I was.
That's proprietary information. Sorry.
I felt like I was like.
HKA.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jim.
Go for it.
I was just gonna say, give HKA a week, and he'll have a bot made that'll do it for us.
Right.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, I wouldn't make it personally, but my ex-colleague could make it.
We still
No,
gotta
but I
go to
don't.
developer school.
Yeah, no, I mean, he actually made an app. He actually sent me a signal message 2 days ago. He actually made an app that where you can store information about rental spaces, like storage, even like house rentals and stuff like that. But
Oh, nice.
the data, but I noticed on the description it says that data is not shared with third party, blah 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 blah. But it says that data not encrypted. I'm like, hey, Sergio, problem. The data
So
needs to be
anybody can
encrypted.
get it anyway.
No, I'm like the data must be encrypted, Baba. He's like, oh yeah, shit, thanks for picking it up. I'm like, yeah, you don't want, your data not encrypted when it gets transferred. But
Yeah.
also no botting here because no one wants to get cancelled or the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
for
That's
sure.
later. That's
Yeah.
later.
once I'm in my Bugatti, it's cool. And then yeah.
Right.
All right, that song's stuck in my head.
All right.
Up in a new Bugatti.
So I guess this is our outro now, right? Like we're fixing to leave.
Yeah.
Fixing to close. So like we did the last time, Broken, we'll start with you if you wanna say your
My
adiosis.
outro.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. We hope to see you in the next one. Y'all have a great night.
HK?
Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you all for the Oh, sorry, I was about to thank you all for the podcast, and hope you guys enjoy it. Enjoy the topics that we, covered, and yeah, we'll see you hopefully on the next one.
Nikki?
All right, my dehydrated lovelies. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we'll catch you on the next round.
Beijing?
Hey guys, this is Majimu. Like they said, I hope you guys had fun, and remember to give HKA a like and subscribe and be nice in comments. And come join us, and we'll see you next time. This is Majimu. Remember to be good, be kind, be safe. See you.
Dirty?
And we'll see you in the next video / live stream, whichever one comes first. Peace. I'm out.
And for me, Jen, Texas QT. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, and much love to you guys. And from Gamers Paradise, don't hate the game and don't hate the player. We will
Awesome.
we will catch you in the next one. It was kind of a fun podcast, but we did touch on some serious topics. So I just want to take a moment and say something important. We all go through tough times. And if you or someone you know is struggling with their mental health, please know you're not alone. There's free confidential resources that's available 24/7. Just dial or text 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. There are trained professionals ready to listen and help no matter what you're facing. Just know it's okay to not be okay. And reaching out is a sign of strength. Again, that number is 988. If you need help, please call.